We are your weather authority, and I'm joined now by Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan. And Keith, got to hand it to you. You called it. You said yesterday, get ready. We're going to see some damage because of this wind.
Well, not only damage from the wind today, but we also had that damage from a tornado last night in Grant County, some damaging winds, some hail reported. The good news is it's not quite as windy outside. That wind advisory has expired, which means winds won't knock you down when you walk out the door. It's still going to be windy as we head through the next couple of hours. The brighter, hotter colors indicate where winds are strongest. That would be up toward northeast Arkansas, where winds are still running at about 20 miles an hour at Jonesboro. The blue colors, or the cooler colors, indicate where winds are less strong. And you can see those less strong winds to our south and west. Those less strong winds will be working toward us as we head through the next several hours. But it still is rather gusty. The strongest wind gusts across north central, northeast, and east central Arkansas. Still looking at gusts as high as 25 to 35 miles per hour. Nothing like the 45 to 55 mile per hour wind gusts we saw a little bit earlier. In Little Rock, our highest wind speed, 49 miles per hour this afternoon. We're going to calm things down next couple of days, like I said, Jessica, and then no white Christmas this year, but maybe a white Boxing Day. We'll talk about it in just a little while.
We'll check in with you in just a little bit. Well, crews have been trying to fix those power outages across the state all day long. At last check, Entergy Arkansas listed more than 27,000 customers without power. The hardest hit county, that's Pulaski. We've got more than 7,000 without power right now. People in more than 50 counties across the state currently without power tonight. Well, from tornado damage to whipping winds right here in Little Rock, we've got a team coverage of the effects of this weather system here in Arkansas. We're going to begin tonight with Marci Manley, who's live in Little Rock, where this wind has led to some mass power outages. Marci.
And cold temperatures, Jessica. But, you know, you can see behind me that this intersection at North Rodney, Parham, and Pleasant Valley is now operating as it should. But just a few minutes ago, that wasn't the case. It was down. Cars were backed up. They actually brought out a generator, that's the Public Works Department, and hooked it up to the transformer to get this running smoothly. And this is an area that's sort of a dividing line for West Little Rock. South of Pleasant Valley is pretty much okay, but to the east and west of North Rodney Parham Road right here, it's much darker than you would normally expect. As you can see, no street lights are on. The glow of homes from behind their windows is something that you won't see on this stretch, and for several blocks around the area. Hundreds of customers affected, according to Entergy's outage reports. And, you know, crews are working overtime. We have seen them chopping down trees, running here, there, and yonder to get to all of these customers who really need their power turned back on. A number of people saying that they're concerned about the cold temperatures with no power to be had. And so they're sitting in the dark waiting for crews to come. Those crews are coming, they say. They're on their way as quickly as they can get from one job to another. But, you know, it is the holiday season. A lot of people have been called in from their vacations. 240 crews called from out of state, from Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri, Alabama, all of those coming into Arkansas to help with some of these harder hit areas like Pulaski County. Also Hot Springs, El Dorado, and Magnolia, according to Entergy, are some of the areas that they're seeing the biggest problems with. But these crews going to be working from the overnight into the early morning hours to get everyone's lights and power and heat back on. Live in Little Rock, Marci Manley, KARK 4 News.
All right, Marci, stay warm out there.